Forensic anthropology is used to identify remains. Scientists are able to work worldwide with many different organizations to identify fallen soldiers' remains and return them to their homes for burial, reuniting families with their ancestors and, in many cases, closure to loved ones. The work is done without regard for politics, but in the interest of science's ultimate goal of providing answers to historic questions. More than 83,000 people are classified as missing in action or prisoners of war from World War II, Vietnam, and Korea. The Pentagon deems 45,000 recoverable, which leaves 38,000 as unrecoverable. One of the organizations that helps to identify soldiers is Joint Prisoners of War / Missing in Action Accounting Command, or JPAC for short. Their process of identifying remains starts off with historical research analysis, which is where they go out and they research to see if it's a possibility for there to be remains in certain places. Then their next step is the archaeological analysis, which is where they go out and actually look for the remains and excavate them. Their third step is forensic anthropology and forensic odontology, where they narrow it down to a smaller suspect pool for identification. Their fourth and final step is DNA evidence to narrow it down to one individual. At the rate that they are doing their process, they only identify about 70 per year, and it would take them 600 years to finish identifying all of the 45,000 that are deemed recoverable. There are other organizations where they lead with DNA evidence, as in seen in post-conflict Bosnia. Ed Huffine was able to identify 400 remains per month, which over the course of a year, that's 4,800. At the rate they are going, they would identify all of the ones deemed recoverable in 9 years and 4 months, which then they could move on to hopefully identifying the other ones that are deemed unrecoverable. In World War II, only 228 have been identified, leaving 35,000 unidentified, which is just a small portion of the ones actually missing in action. There are a total of 73,637 still missing from World War II. In Korea, only 230 have been identified, with 7,891 still missing. In Vietnam, 266 have been identified, with 1,643 left unidentified. And in other conflicts, only 13 have been identified, with 132 still missing in action. In total, only 750 have been identified, leaving 44,666 unidentified. One of those is Bud Kedler, who went missing and ended up becoming a prisoner of war in a camp in the Philippines. He was put into a mass grave, and the bones were taken out and separated after the camp was liberated. His family is still waiting for him to come home, and they have tried to get him home, but they have been denied by some organizations that they've tried to go to. There's so many other families like the Kedlers, which I believe that I would be able to help and try and bring closure to them by helping out with this work and being able to update the methods to more efficient ones that can get the job done faster.